Conference USA Women's Soccer is kicking off on a Friday night here in Denton, Texas. It's the Mean Green of the University of North Texas and the Jaguars of Southern University. We're kicking off a non-conference matchup to start the season right here on CUSA TV. I'm AJ Tellers, with me Gilberto Obregon. Both these teams moments away from starting this 2021 campaign. Let's look at the Jaguars, how they line up under head coach Jeremy Fontenot. In goal, the senior Chioma Erikin out of Mesquite with the freshman standout Gifty Tor out of North Shore. And she had a brilliant debut in their preseason opener against Nichols State University, Gilberto.
Yeah, that's right. She started the comeback for the Jaguars. You know, she scored the tying goal, and then after that, the Jaguars scored the second goal, and they went on to win that game 2-1.
A couple other local products in there as well for Southern. On the other end, for the Mean Green, it was a heavy transfer window and signing period. No transfer garnered more headlines in women's soccer than Sarah Fuller, the Vanderbilt fifth-year senior, and she's in there with teammate Manami Okada as well out of Japan, who also had a dazzling preseason debut in that ranked game against Texas A&M.
Yeah, you know, Okada coming from Navarro College, she was an All-American. And in the A&M game, she showed that she can take control of that midfield. She showed that she can make those through balls, those passes that are going to feed the entire season, that are supposed to feed Allie Bird and Olivia Klein. She gave those opportunities to them, and they were able to score not only in that game, but also in the Brookhaven game. And as we know, they went on to score 10 goals, where in that game, Allie Bird had 2 and Olivia Klein had also 1.
Coach John Hedlund in year number 26 with the Mean Green, 365, 136, and 35. He has won 71% of the matches his Mean Green have suited up for. It has been a tradition of dominance for the Mean Green, and they are one of the favorites in the Conference USA. We're going to kick it off tonight. Southern University coming out of the Southwest Athletic Conference under head coach Jeremy Fontenot in his 5th year as the Jaguar head coach. They're looking to play upset on this Mean Green home opener here in Denton, Texas. First game of the year for both these sides. Gilberto, North Texas, no secret. They receive votes in the preseason pool, unranked, but they receive votes, which is a marquee event in itself. No question that they are the favorite tonight. What can Southern do to spoil this Mean Green night? We'll answer those questions and more, and we'll find out in a second. Jaguars and the Mean Green. North Texas in their striped white and green. They're kicking off right to left. And here we go.
Yeah, you know, we spoke about Southern and what they need to do, and I think they just need to go ahead and play their game. And we know that they come in here with a chip on their shoulder. They've never won an opening game, an opening season in their program history. So I think that's more than motivation.
Well, the Jaguars will come out aggressive early, and they're pushing the pace after winning possession here. Taken away by Sterrett. North Texas had a lot of counterattack opportunities in their preseason game against Texas A&M, as well as that 10-1 victory on Brookhaven. Don't look now, the first big play from the back line from Southern comes from their goalkeeper. Saw Chioma Erikin just a moment ago come out and deal with a dangerous-looking ball, and now the defense backed up for the Jaguars, able to clear.
Yeah, you know, that play started all the way from the back line of Sterrett, cutting that ball, cutting that Jaguars attack, and it ended up leading through a through ball and a one-on-one versus the Jaguars goalkeeper against Allie Bird. And the first knock at the door for UNT.
Hey, Erikin came out so quick, Gilberto. Almost didn't notice right away she was the keeper and not just another defender on the back line.
Yeah, she's definitely back there. As a goalkeeper, you got to pay attention since minute 1, and to be able to cut those opportunities off.
North Texas had a good start to their preseason. A lot of buzz generated here in Denton. One of the favorites in the Conference USA yet again. Second perhaps only to the Owls of Rice. Sterrett with a long ball into the box and out to deal with it again. Nicely is Erikin, and wasting no time to put it back in play. Ooh, costly ball here. Bird on a turnover, a chance, it's loose. Nervy clearance, but the Jaguars able to hold off North Texas, but here comes possession back to the Mean Green.
2 minutes and 3 chances already for the Mean Green here. We clearly see their game plan is to attack early, and they're knocking at the door and they're doing it well.
And so far the most active defender for the Jaguars has been their goalkeeper. Erikin Annette has had to make some tough decisions, but she's made the right ones so far. Still no shots on goal on either side, but North Texas has been threatening. And this one will go all the way back to Fuller.
Yeah, I think the way the the way UNT lined up here from the beginning, it just screams offense. They have a back line of 3, and then they're going to have those wings in Roberson and Dufresne. Up top, they have Klein and Bird, 2 forwards, and right behind them you have Taylor Tuff, who's known for putting those through balls and giving those assists. And she also had a couple of shots here in the preseason.
It's a ball from Okada that just could not find Dufresne on the outside. Mention the history that has gone through this program under John Hedlund. North Texas on a 15-game winning streak on opening matches. Southern is yet to, as of since 2005, looking to find their first win in a season opening match.
Yeah, not only that for UNT, but we know that it's rare when it's only happened once. We were here last season when UNT gave up their first defeat in this field, this new complex.
Oh, Klein here dumping into the box. Down low, it's loose. Klein on her left foot. It took a deflection. And will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think they actually called her on might have been a foul or a handball there on Olivia Klein, but either way,
it's a free kick.
Yeah, another chance for the Mean Green. They're knocking on the door and they're doing it early.
Heavy kick from Chemeka. All the way on the other end after the goal kick, and now Southern pushing the ball up the farthest they've had so far tonight. All right, Chioma Erickson, the goalkeeper for Southern out of Mesquite. Again, she's been the most active player on that defensive side for the Jaguars.
Yeah, she's had a busy first 5 minutes in here.
She hasn't registered a save yet.
And as a soccer fan, that's what you want from the get-go. You want both teams going at each other. In this case, you see more attacking from the Mean Green side, but Southern right now, they're holding possession of the ball and they're trying to build up their own attack.
Keeping it is Webb, the senior midfielder. Long ball played in. It's back to the Mean Green. Nice handle of that ball by the back line, and they'll push it back forward. As you see, North Texas, they waste no time in possession, pushing the ball upfield. Long ball into Klein. A chance here. Out comes Erickson, and again answering the call. Best defender on the field for the Jaguars has been their keeper, and they stamp her the first chance of the year for Olivia Klein.
Yeah, she received it well. I think she might have mistouched on her second touch for Klein, but other than that, it was a through ball, and it's another opportunity, a one-on-one. And trust me, I've seen Olivia Klein play enough. She's not going to miss the next one that comes around.
You can see this midfield for North Texas. They are assaulting that back line. They are not hesitating to pull those triggers on those through balls. And here's another cross in. Klein, good first touch. Second touch, puts it in the back of the net. And North Texas, a goal inside 11 minutes, and it's 1-0 Mean Green.
The Buff Barbie opens up the scoring here for the Mean Green. We said it earlier. They're attacking. They're knocking on the door early. She had a chance. She mistouched the first one, but on the second one, she doesn't apologize, and it goes in.
First goal of the year for Olivia Klein. First goal of the season for North Texas. And it puts the Mean Green up 1-0. Goalkeeper Erickson did all she could, but what a first touch by Klein to put herself in a position to bury that one.
Yeah, she received it well with kind of her back towards the goal and put herself in a position to have a good shot and puts it in the back of the net. Like I was saying, kind of thought the Jaguars were going to build up on a counterattack there. But, yeah, like we were saying, they kept knocking on the door. Olivia Klein had a chance earlier. She let that one go by, but not the second one. She puts it in the back of the net.
It seems like every chance that North Texas has had, at least when they've gotten into the box in a threatening spot, it's come from a ball that's well outside the box. That first pass is coming from a long way off. Brooke Lampy with a nice defensive play there, holding it out for a goal kick. So an early goal for North Texas.
Yeah, don't want to sound like a broken record here, but they started attacking from the beginning of the game. And if you're Coach John Hedlund, you got to be happy with your team's performance so far. I think they have, maybe 3 to 4 chances, and I already put one in the back of the net.
Well, Bird to Klein with a runner to her left. Takes the shot herself and hits the side netting. Boy, Klein was looking for the early brace. Haven't even passed 8 minutes. And she was looking for goal number 2.
I think it It might have been going into on target, but it was deflected by a Jaguar defender.
And not sure Erican got a touch to that.
And right now, Taylor Tufts is lining up for this. The first corner of the game.
Left-footed of Tufts coming up for this corner. He's got two teammates on that near post. High and curling. Hits a defender, and it's off a Jaguar for another corner. That first goal credited by Klein at 5:19 in the ball game.
Talk about a fast start.
And North Texas still knocking on the door. How do the Jaguars respond to this corner? Ball up from Tufts. High and arcing again. Header just goes over the bar.
Yeah, I think that was Brooke Lampy who made contact with that ball, and it went right over the crossbar.
And physical center back. Very versatile. It was a good ball from Tufts both times, hitting that near post. See if the Jaguars can build anything up here. It's been all North Texas out of the gate. And Lampy again getting physical to knock that one out.
You see her everywhere. She was just trying to put one in the back of the net, and right now she's cutting off a Jaguars attack.
Throwing from Armstrong. Battle here for possession. That was the freshman Tor. Play on, says the referee. And again, not wasting time with build-up. Here comes a long pass.
Good idea there by Okada, switching the...
Oh, nice steal from Sterrett. Okada wants him to push it. Deep ball in, finding Bird. Rather, a defender intercepted and knocked away. Boy, it's not taking North Texas a lot to push the ball down the field. And that's something we're accustomed to seeing here in Denton.
Yeah, one or two passes, and they either play it short or they play long. And, you know, a lot of the times playing it long, a lot of people think you're dividing the ball into a 50-50 chance, but right here they're connecting in all of their passes.
Now they're winning the ball more than 50% of the time. Tufts off the Klein, now off to Okada. Somewhat structured build-up here for the Jaguars. But it's taken right away, Lampy. Look how high she is up the pitch. Making tackles down at the sideline by the right corner flag, and then making a interception all the way at midfield.
Yeah, she stepped in front of that one pretty well, and you know that's why she's one of the leaders in this team. That's why she's one of the captains beside Olivia Klein. But you know, we talk about Lampy, she's been everywhere so far.
Well, there's a lot of buzz early in this one, and that's something North Texas is no stranger to. Ball in the box of the near post. It's free. Erican knocked it away initially, had help from a defender. We're playing on here. No foul. Flag stayed down. That was a nervy clearance, but again, the Jaguars able to hold on, keep it at a 1-0 game for now. And a long ball that started a chance simply from nothing.
Yeah, another dangerous opportunity there for North Texas.
Here is Sterrett. Another long ball in. Hitter from Bird. Dufresne. Awkward shot. This one will scoot wide. But the Mean Green got off to a very good start in the preseason. There's a lot of buzz around here in Denton. As they started off their first set of friendlies. They had a 1-1 draw against the number 9 ranked Texas A&M Aggies, and then had a 10-1 home win against Brookhaven. Always nice to start a preseason with a good performance against a ranked opponent, and then a 10-goal night at home. Never a bad thing.
Yeah, you know, and I think it builds confidence, not only for... Go ahead.
Numbers forward for Klein. Oh, she tried to fight for that one and got sandwiched between two Jaguars. The ball goes out for a North Texas throw.
Yeah, like you were saying, you know, it builds confidence for a team. You're playing a ranked opponent in Texas A&M, and you tie at home a game that honestly could have went both ways. And then you come back the next week or the next couple of days and you beat Brookhaven 10-1. And I think that speaks to the type of work you've been putting in the offseason.
Okada finds Klein. Down low, the cross, contact, and the ball's in the back of the net from Bird. And that goal is going to count as Allie Bird makes it 2. North Texas on top.
What a way to close it in there by Allie Bird. She was at the right place at the right time. They crossed it to her, and she just put her leg in front of it and gives the team the lead 2-0 here with 33 minutes to go.
First ball came in from Haley Roberson, and Bird wasn't the intended target, but it found her nonetheless, and she put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, and if you're a UNT fan, even Coach John Hill and his coaching staff, you have to be happy so far. It's been not even 20 minutes of the game, and both of your forwards have scored already, 1-1.
Assist credited with Elmarie Dufresne. Ball prior to that came from Haley Roberson, and it's 2-0 North Texas.
Both goals coming off fast build-ups, quick passes, quick give and go, and they end up crossing the ball. And like I said, early bird just simple tap in.
Look how much pressure North Texas is putting right back on the Jaguars. That's their MO, and they steal it here. Pressure wins possession most of the time. And Klein will dump it off to Tufts and go back to her position. Who takes a shot. Okada on the rebound, just wide of the post. Talk about confidence. And when everybody's shooting from different distances and the shot tally keeps on climbing, you know they're playing with just that, confidence.
Yeah, you know, we saw Okada's no stranger to taking those shots. We saw that in the A&M game. She took a couple of good shots, and some of them were on target, and right now she takes her first one of the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's not the last one. She has a good shot. She can shoot it from up close and up far as well.
Fighting for possession up high is Surya Nero. Haven't had a chance to say too many Jaguar names. They haven't had possession. Tufts. Another low ball. This one doesn't find the target. It's played in off a deflection. And again, back to North Texas. Their high line is winning the ball. Tufts carrying it herself. Tufts has teammates and ultimately lost it.
What a play by Tufts, though, taking those two defenders by Southern and leaving them on the ground, really.
Yeah, he carried the ball up high, but may have taken one too many touches. And now Lampy has to force this one out, and she'll let it go for a throw. We mentioned the shot. You saw the total, 7-0. North Texas in putting the ball on target, or at least on a shot. There's a program under John Hedlund that led the nation last season in shots per game at 25, and shots on goal as well with a staggering 10. And they're well on their way to reaching that mark to start the season. Oh, what a move by Klein. She's on a run here with Bird to her right. And good defending that time from Courtney Armstrong. Needed it.
Yeah, it was a good play by Klein down the sideline.
Oh, long ball. That nearly broke free, if not for Lampy knocking it away.
Yeah, Klein broke free with her defender down the sideline, and she showed off her speed, but eventually lost control of the ball.
Tufts finds Bird. Klein, flag is down. Here comes Erickson to deal with it. What a stop. And rather, the flag came up for an offside call. Spoke too soon. What a stop that was by Erickson.
Yeah, you know, as a goalkeeper, you don't know if you're not paying attention to the flag. You're paying attention to the ball, and even if it was offside, we see her. She stepped up and saved that one pretty well. Olivia Klein, I think, might have been a step ahead of the last defender for the Jaguars.
Joe Erickson sacrificed her body and committed. That play, as a goalkeeper, Gilberto, you know you have to commit. That's the key. You hesitate at all, and Klein's putting that one behind you. Offside flag saved it regardless.
Yeah, as a goalkeeper, like you said, you have to commit, and you have to go out. You have to come out with authority and looking for that ball.
Klein looking for Bird once more. Knocked away in possession. Here's Amaya Webb. She'll dump it off. Courtney Armstrong. Through ball in. Looking up high. Can't find her. Lampy spoils it out again. Space for Bird. Pass her defender. Bird with Erickson. Bird moving left. She'll finish it. It'll get knocked away and saved by Erickson. Not sure if that one would have hit the target regardless, but Chioma Erickson has been the standout defender in net for the Jaguars.
Yeah, we see Allie Bird take on the defender. She moved the ball to her left foot, and I think she might have an option coming in of Olivia Klein, but either way, that was a nice shot and even a better save by the goalkeeper. As we see Okada lining up here for the third corner of the game here.
She takes the corners with her right foot. Third corner of the night. Far post, right outside the spot. It'll go right back to Okada. Will she dump it in again? Far post. Erican coming out. It's loose. Erican contact with Olivia Klein. She's looking for a penalty. Won't get one. And the clearance after the corner will be dealt with, thrown away.
Yeah, I think they might have ran into each other on the box, but, I think at the end of the game it was just a physical play. No bad intention from neither player.
Yeah,
both players looking for the ball.
I think they're actually, referee is awarding Chioma Erican with a free kick here. Foul on Olivia Klein. A lot of shots for North Texas, 4 of them on goal.
0 for Southern so far, I think. Sarah Fuller over there, it's having a fun day.
It is a challenge. It's challenging both ways. We've seen keepers have to deal with both ends of the spectrum tonight. Sarah Fuller has not been tested once. I don't think she's touched the ball since we've kicked off, maybe for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think she might have touched it for 1 or 2 goal kicks, but like we said, as a goalkeeper, you have to stay ready.
But on the other end, Chioma Erican, if not for 2 goals, has been the best player on this field tonight.
Oh, yeah,
she's been everywhere, in, out of the box. She's made 3 remarkable saves. 2 of those she had to come off her line and sprinted well outside the box to stop goal-scoring opportunities.
Yeah, like you said, it's only 2-0, but could easily be maybe 4, 3-4-0. So the Ellie Bird, I think, was shaking up on that play.
Ball goes out for a throw for Southern. 27 minutes to go here in half number 1. It's a good time to look at the sideline for Southern. Head coach Jeremy Fontenot entering his 5th season as the Lady Jaguar head coach. Graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Human Resources at Upper Iowa University. And his Jaguars back in 2017 had 2 second-team all-conference performers. Fontenot out of Baker, Louisiana, looking to lead his Jaguars in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Had a 2-1 win in the preseason against Nicholls State. More momentum for North Texas. Fighting for it. Dribbling is Tufts. What a ball. Okada looking for a teammate at the far post. It's off a defender. Oh, right to Tufts. Left foot stopped by Erican. What a save again.
Yeah, you saw Tufts' face. As soon as she got that rebound, she knew she wanted to go to goal. And it's a good shot there by Taylor Tufts. It gets her the corner.
Ball out wide coming from Roberson rather than Okada, but that shot came from Taylor Tufts. That ball on the rebound right at her foot. That's a shot she'll take all night. And on the right corner, the left foot of Tufts will be in service once again. Oklahoma transfer out of South Lake, Texas, was a medical redshirt at Oklahoma. Long and curly again. Dufresne retrieves it. Oh, she can't. And it's a goal kick for Southern.
Yeah, Tufts scored 2 out of the 10 goals against Brookhaven in the last game. So she's definitely coming out of maybe her best performance as a Mean Green soccer player.
And that 10-1 victory against Brookhaven in the preseason exhibition, they actually had 8 different goal scorers, and they outshot the Bears 38-2. Of those goal scorers, Tufts and Roberson both had a pair of goals. And Dufresne, Bird, Jenna Watts, Flannery, Williams, and Klein also opened the account. There's a stat that Southern does not want to lead in. If the game goes like this, 3 saves for Chioma Erican. She has been busy inside the net, and she has been phenomenal. As you mentioned, Gilberto, this easily could be a 3, 4, even 5-0 game.
Yeah, I think, and it's only a two-goal game. I think if in reality she's keeping her team in the game. It's only you're only up by 2. But, we've seen Southern came back last game against Nicholls State. They were down 1 and they ended up scoring 2. So they've been down before. They've been here before at least once. This is their 2nd game of the season. They know what it takes to come back and not only tie it but win it. And I'm pretty sure the players and the coaching staff know that. They know what to do. They got to know. They know the adjustments they have to make to try to make that push.
Bird up high. Drops it off to Klein. Ooh, Klein tried to play with it, lost it. But right back to North Texas. Dufresne offside. Boy, Tufts was in so far alone it almost looked automatic that that flag was going to come up.
Yeah, I think she might have gotten caught maybe a step or two ahead of the last defender. But once again, another good opportunity by the Mean Green. They're touching the ball back and forth between each other. Not only that, but like you mentioned earlier, they're putting up that high pressure that ends up winning possession, and then they keep the possession by touching the ball back and forth and then sending those dangerous through balls to their forwards.
Just have not allowed Southern to breathe with the ball. Here's Sterrett, plays another one into Klein. Rather, Roberson on the dump in, another offside call.
And I think it's clear now what Southern wants to do. They want to catch their forwards on the – they're playing what we call the offside trap in a way where as soon as you see that last player make the touch to try to send a through ball, you take a step forward and you leave them offside. But that's also a pretty dangerous strategy because one of your players doesn't take that step and you leave the goalie one-on-one.
And it's always a risky strategy. Playing the trap, long ball in off the goal kick. Here's Tufts. Fighting for possession. Oh, winning it on the back line. Here come the Jaguars. Through ball in, dealt with again on the back line of North Texas. Here comes Armstrong. Down low, trying to find a teammate. Another turnover. And now team's just trading possession.
And here comes the Mean Green again.
Sterrett with a long ball, looking for Bird. Foot race. Bird, a tackle made by Clark on the back end. That was important.
Yeah, I think Clark kind of noticed that Bird was coming with that high pressure, and she did the smart play, which was try to get rid of the ball, and at the end it ended up working out in her favor. Getting the throw in, I think, as the teams are going to take a hydration break here with 21 minutes left to go in the first half. UNT's up 2-0 against Southern.
As the teams go out for a break, it's a good time to look at the story of this game, and you look no further than the shot totals for North Texas. 11 shots on the night, 5 on target. And despite making 3 brilliant saves, and by all measures, Chilm American and net for Southern has played fantastic. It's 2-0 North Texas. Goals from Olivia Klein and Allie Bird. And this program for North Texas under John Hedlund, it's his 26th year. And see the hydration break rule, especially early in fall. It's a good opportunity for both teams to take a water break. They'll have 2 opportunities, one in the first half, one in the second. And temperatures obviously routinely this time of year approaching greater than 86 degrees. But John Hedlund, in year number 26 now, 16 conference championships with the Mean Green. They've appeared in the NCAA tournament 7 times. They actually had 3 consecutive appearances. That was snapped last season when they were knocked out by Charlotte in the first round of the Conference USA tournament. Ultimate winners of the Conference USA tournament was Rice. But John Hedlund, with their eyes on another NCAA tournament berth. This is the only coach that North Texas has ever known in their program's history. And then you mentioned earlier in the pregame, 16-1 in the North Texas Athletic Complex. These grounds, they've only lost once in Denton here since this new facility came to be a season ago. And they had a couple of streaks in program history that were snapped last season. They had a home winning streak of 18 matches that was snapped by Oklahoma State, as well as their home unbeaten streak, which was 29. That was a program record as well, also snapped by the Cowgirls of Oklahoma State. And I think, Gilberto, the most impressive stat with John Hedlund also that speaks most to his longevity and consistency. He's one of only 3 coaches in women's soccer who have coached 20 seasons with the same program and never once had a losing season.
Yeah, we know what Coach Hedlund and his coaching staff can do. We know the resume, basically, like you said, it speaks for itself. I think this preseason, it was a little bit a new challenge for him, or a challenge that he hasn't seen in a while. You know, they didn't win it last year. They were used to winning the conference championship so much. They didn't win it last year. So he definitely had to make some adjustments, and it was definitely a different preseason for him and his staff and his team.
Offside flag comes up on Taylor Tufts, and she blasts one into orbit.
Yeah, and I think during the hydration break, UNT might have made 2 or 3 substitutions, if I'm not mistaken. I'm seeing Miriam
Madison
Espinosa there on the
Watt's one
field.
of them right there.
And I think he made a...
Bryn Hill came in for Maya Webb for the Jaguars right before the break. Also see Taylor Hunter check in. And John Hedlund is not going to be hesitant to throw in some substitutions. You see the freshman Marina Vera come in. And already a chance up high. Oh, Erican misplayed it, but saving the day is Courtney Armstrong to the rescue. Chasing that one down was Miriam Espinoza, newly checked into the game as well. Don't hold your breath. North Texas coming right back. Espinoza, oh, good first touch there. Looking for options, played it, deflected. Coming in, Altieri knocked away.
Yeah, Espinosa showing off her speed in those last 2 plays.
Altieri and Espinoza working with possession. It's lost here. Oh, spoke too soon. Altieri winning a throw. Working with Amina Booker. Newly checked in for Southern. And this one got a whistle.
I definitely think...
Altieri thought she kept that one in, and it'll be brought back.
Yeah, and I definitely think Coach John Hedlund wants his team to put up more goals before half. We're seeing the substitutions right now in Altieri and Espinosa hustling to every ball, putting that high pressure. They don't want to lose a step from the starters to the substitute players.
So fresh subs out for North Texas and Southern. There's a Killeen, Texas native in Jalen Davis. Long throw here. Walked up by Booker. Chasing it is Jackson. Trying to recover, sprinting it past now. It's still going forward for North Texas. Jackson again playing with it. And it's out for a Southern throw. It's about the longest Southern has been able to maintain possession.
Yeah, you know, I think so far it's been a tough game for the Southern side. They've tried to build up things, but that back line of three defenders in the mean green side, they've just been stepping through each pass. And
oh, Faye with a slide and a dump in here. 2 mean green players in front. Erican comes out and stops the momentum.
Once again, Erican stepping out of her line and to get that ball. And not only does she step up quick, she steps up with authority and looking for the ball. And like you said, she's
no hesitation.
Yeah, been the player of the game so far.
Yeah, outside of those 2 goals, she has been the standout.
Yeah.
Here's Flannery. Dump in, just too strong to find Espinoza or Drenna Watts in the box. Potential counter here for Southern. Dealt with by Lampe again. Up high, down low. At midfield, they're down by the corner flag. Lampe's there defensively everywhere. Emily Faye also on the field as well after the group of substitutions. Marlene Godoy in for Courtney Armstrong for Southern. Alicia Terry, Surya Nero both check out for Raven Bradley as well as Amina Booker. Long ball, that's a shot. Erican was on her line.
Yeah, pretty.
Well, what kind of confidence do you have to take that shot if you're North Texas?
Yeah, I think, you know, not the best shot for sure, but like you said, you see that the confidence is there. They know that they're dominating their opponent in all stat lines.
Oh, Flannery in. Drenna Watts trying to fight for it. Erican comes out to deal with it. Nice defense there by Amaya Webb to give her a chance. But when you know you have a goalkeeper that's willing to come off her line and do so aggressively, does open the door for some cheeky long shots to keep her honest.
Yeah, and you know, we spoke about it right before the hydration break. I think Southern went to an offside trap type of strategy that was being pretty effective. They got a couple of players caught offsides for the Mean Green, but
now counter here potentially for Southern. Pass was dealt with nicely by Altieri. Comes right back to the back line. Hadley Williams. First touches of the night for her. Another long ball. Flannery dump off to Frayne. Give and go, high off Flannery. Oh, off the heel of Espinoza. Flannery, good recovery. Here comes Altieri. Near post. Chip shot is knocked away by defender. Altieri just poked it with front of her foot. Long header from Dufresne. Keeping it in. Oh, it's loose in front. Fighting for it. Shot wide and dealt with by the back line from Southern. To the rescue.
What a heads-up play by the back line from Southern. They were there to step in by the junior defender, Clark, who was there to step in at the right moment, at the right time to stop the third goal from going in.
That shot might have been off the target, but Clark left no doubt. Low cross. Off the head. Erikin with a save. Reacted to it. Got a hand to it. Knocked it down. Picked it up. What a cross. What a header. Better save.
Yeah, I think that was what a pass from Espinoza there. I think to Flannery, if I'm not mistaken. She made good contact with the ball. But once again, the goalkeeper coming to the rescue for her team.
Oh, we talk about all the confidence that North Texas attacking players are possessing on the pitch. I don't think anyone's more confident right now than Chioma Erikin.
Yeah,
here's Azariah Jackson with a throw-in. Southern just looking to set up and maintain possession and build up an opportunity. And it's taken away right back. Espinoza off a deflection. Everything going right for North Texas. Another give and go. This one dealt with not entirely. Drenowatz fighting for it. Off a header picked up by Espinoza. Clark again battling, and she'll content to leave it out for a corner.
Yeah, way to be
or rather a goal kick.
Way to be there by Clark again. She body Espinoza off the ball, and Espinoza took a missed touch on that one, and she ends up recovering the ball for the Jaguars. As we have a little bit under 14 minutes here to go in the first half. UNT up 2-0 here against Southern University.
Saw the save total for Chioma Erikin. Very easily, this could be a 4, 5, or 6-0 game for North Texas. Espinoza, fancy dribbling, able to hold on to it. Altieri's pass knocked away.
Yeah, we saw that earlier from Taylor Tubbs, and now we're seeing it from Espinoza. Two players that can handle the soccer ball well, that can move back and forth, that can go up and down, attack, and also help their team when it comes to defending.
Throw in for North Texas, points the referee. Here's Flannery, left foot, cross. Falls out of the box, coming to deal with it is Banks. Rather Vera. And she knocks it out for a throw. Boy, Vera, one of the two freshmen, the two signings, part of that 7 new signing late in the window for North Texas. They have a key group that is adding to an already strong core. Those 7 new signings, 5 of them transfers. Manami Okada, Sarah Fuller, Madison Drenowatz, Victoria Altieri, who's in now, and Amaya Grace. And the 2 new freshmen, Marina Vera and Jory Foote, to add onto the transfer group that includes Jenna Sheely and the freshman Megan Schwartner.
Yeah, a bunch of new faces for the Mean Green, and not only on the field, but also when we talk about coaching staff. And Coach John Hedlund added his son to the coaching staff, and Cole Hedlund, a former NFL kicker that kicked for the Colts. And not only him, but also Alexis Cable, who's a former player, used to play for Hedlund in 2015 and 2016, was a part of that 2015 team.
In now, chance for North Texas. Flannery off the Drenowatts. Recovering. From Fay, low post. Dealt with again by Erikin. Save number 6. Just about every player on North Texas is getting on the shot totals. That one came from Emily Fay.
Yeah, once again, another build-up by the Mean Green. They touch the ball. They pass it well on the ground between each other. And once a player has a shot, they're not afraid to take it. And I think that's, at the end of the day, that's been working for them. They're up 2-0, but like you said, they have a bunch of shots.
Ball in, Jenna Watts onside. Flag stays down. Down low, Flannery, low shot, not much power on it. Erikin swallows it up. The shot's starting to come in bunches now for North Texas.
Yeah, they're making that late push. They're trying to get that third or maybe fourth goal here before the half. I think that's the reason why Coach Helen made that big substitution. And when I say big, I mean in terms of the amount of players. I think he substitute 4 or 5 players to get fresh legs, to get that pressure going that they had.
That's what the advantage having control in the game and possession can afford you as a head coach. You can rest a lot of your starters for the second half. Saw the shot totals for North Texas. They averaged, remember, last season a nation-leading 25 shots per game with 10 of those coming on goal. They are on pace to approach that mark. Another long cross might be too strong. And it'll go out for a harmless goal kick. And Southern will regroup.
And I think right now you see where the players are on the field, and you see not one Southern player on the Mean Green side of things, and that just speaks to like what you said earlier, that high pressure that ends up leading to possession. The Mean Green side playing fast, high pressure there. They lose the ball and they want to get it back quick, and once they get the ball, they make sure to keep it.
Well, North Texas has essentially shortened the pitch by a good 30, 40 yards. Their side of the pitch has not even been in contest. They have done such a great job of holding on to possession, holding on to pressure. And right on cue, a miscue from Flannery, but it's taken right back. Here comes North Texas. Poke in, deflected. That one was going into the box. Give and go. Flannery, here's Fay. Chance on a far post, shot knocked away by Erikin. Fay the rebound. Toying with it is Anaya Clark. Good defensive stand there, but it forces a North Texas throw.
Yeah, I think Erikin might have saved that with her left hand. And I think it caught her by surprise, that shot, and her reflexes. She ended up saving that with one hand.
Amelie Fay on the shot. It's her second on target of the night. Grounded cross. Too strong, too high up the box.
I think she was looking for one of her midfielder to come in and close that, kind of like what the shot Taylor Tufts had earlier in the half, where she stepped up. It was a loose ball at the edge of the box, and I think that's what she was looking for.
Here comes Tufts. Shot knocked away. Still free. Dealt with, but again, right back to North Texas, and it comes back to the box. Out is Erikin. Heavy contact, ball's loose. Defense able to answer the call to Erikin. Every clearances seem to come right back to North Texas, and then they dump it back into the box for another chance.
Erikin bailing her team out time after time after time here.
Chance in the box again. Left-footed shot grabbed by Erikin. It comes free, and the rebound finds the back of the net for a goal. For North Texas, it's 3-0.
Yeah, and I think that was Miriam Espinosa who was there to get the rebound there, the loose ball in the box. She's going to dance and celebrate there. And as she should, as she should. It's the third goal for UNT, her first of her career for the Mean Green, and, they go up 3-0 at halftime.
First career goal for Miriam Espinosa at a Granbury, Texas, and it makes it 3-0 North Texas.
as she hypes up the crowd even more. As if this crowd needed more to be more excited.
It's a crowd that showed up in a big way in their preseason opener against Texas A&M. Over 1,100 fans, nearly 1,200 fans in that preseason opener. Love to see the number tonight. It's a packed house here at the North Texas Athletic Complex, and they have had quite the show to start the 2021 season. 3-0 North Texas. Goals from Klein, Bird, and Espinoza. And they're looking for more here inside 7 minutes.
What a
Great ball to the far post, and it's picked up by Erickson, just a bit too strong.
Yeah, good ball there by Flannery. Good cross. Shot, crossed that with power, looking for a header. Looking for the 4th goal here.
Now, the way it's going, North Texas is not done at 3. Southern yet to put up a shot.
Different nights the goalkeepers are having. On one side, you have Sarah Fuller, who's had, what, maybe 2 goal kicks?
That's about the only time she's touched the ball tonight. I wonder, all these substitutions that John Hedlund has made, I wonder if Fuller will even come back for the second half.
Yeah, I think different coaches handle goalkeeper subs different ways. I know some like to, we saw with A&M, they played, I think, 4 goalkeepers.
There's Espinoza. Oh, nice job sacrificing the body. Nia Clark.
Yeah, they played 4 goalkeepers, and John Hedlund stuck with Fuller the whole way. And, as a goalkeeper, you want to be out there, even if you're not getting as much action.
Yeah, that's your box. You don't want to come out of it.
Yeah, you want to be out there just in case you get 1 or 2 shots throughout the whole game. You're going to be the starter, because there's going to be games like this, and there's also going to be games like the one Erickson is having where you're needed a lot, so you want to be ready for both.
And don't forget, with this being the season opener, this is Sarah Fuller's Mean Green debut. And she has, frankly, not been a part of it. It's not a bad thing for North Texas. Here's a long ball from Lampy. Oh, and it's right to the feet of a chance for Flannery. Defender dealing with it. And out comes Altieri, and it's teched out by Espinoza for a goal kick. That ball landed right at the feet of Altieri.
Yeah.
With another chance, and another one that came from a long ball from Brooke Lampy.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Hedlund, you can't help but to be happy for your squad. You've played, 3 halves of soccer so far in the season? You scored 1 goal in the first game, 10 goals in the second game, and right now you have 3. That's, if my math is not wrong, what's 14 goals in 3 halves?
It's on an unsustainable mark per half.
Yeah.
That's for certain. On ball from Erickson. More substitutions for either side. Anaya Ingram comes on for Southern. 4 minutes in half number 1. 3 goals for North Texas. Klein, Bird, and Espinoza. Tufts. Espinoza with momentum. Beautiful ball inside. Chance here with the tackle, spoiling it from Anaya Clark. And Devin Flannery unable to capitalize as Clark made the tackle needed.
Yeah, Clark stepping in again. We've seen her do this multiple times. That was a physical tackle, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it was a legal tackle.
Got all ball. Whistle blows to stop this one. And I think this one went out of touch. Goal kick for Erickson. Well, a nice season opener for Miriam Espinoza. Wasn't in the starting lineup, but have a performance like tonight. It's a good way to get yourself onto the team sheet.
Yeah, didn't have much action last season as a freshman, but right now she's, with that goal, like you said, you're putting yourself in good shape to get more minutes. And not only that goal, she's had a couple of good crosses that could have ended up in the back of the net if it wasn't for Erickson once again.
A number of North Texas players have had good passes at one point. It's one thing to have a game plan as a team where you want to play long balls, but when you have players up and down the lineup, up and down the pitch that can play accurate passes from distance, just makes that game plan much more effective when you're not having to rely on a single or two midfield players to lay those balls in. They're coming from everywhere. They're coming from the back line, from Lampy, from Tufts.
Yeah,
You've seen Starrett dump a couple in.
that's right. And I think, that just goes to speak on the work of Coach Hedlund and his coaching staff through the offseason, getting that chemistry right. Because I think soccer's, just like any other team sport, is so big on chemistry, and not only from your starting 11, but also from your bench players that are going to come in as substitutes throughout the game. You want them to just fit right in. You don't want to be able to see that difference, Or if you see a difference, you want to be able to see a positive difference. You want to be able to see your team play better when your substitutes come in.
Skylar Randall awaiting this throw-in. Randall out of Baton Rouge. Plays it to a teammate in a central area. Can Southern squeak an attack here? Oh, what a tackle from Fay. Booker holds on to it nicely. And it goes out. Looked like Hale tried to keep it in, could not. And it's a turnover for Southern. North Texas back with it.
A little bit over a minute left. This half should end 3-0.
65 seconds on that clock before we head to halftime. North Texas with a 3-0 lead. Olivia Klein, Ali Bird, and Miriam Espinoza open the scoring. Ball in. Looking for Jenna Watts, too strong. Story of the game is going to be in the first half. Long balls, possession, and high pressure for North Texas. They have dominated possession, they've dominated the shot chart, and they've dominated on the scorecard.
Yeah, I think, like you said, they've dominated in every stat line you can name. And I think the one big thing I take from this half from the Mean Green is the high pressure that they put on their opponents. We've seen that with A&M, and we're seeing it right now again.
Well, Williams holding on to the ball until she's dispossessed. There comes Southern. But they lose possession, and North Texas will carry this one out to the end of the first half. 3-0. The Mean Green opening game of the 2021 season in Conference USA play for North Texas. Goals from Olivia Klein, Ali Bird, and Miriam Espinoza have the Mean Green on top 3-0 from Denton, Texas. I'm AJ Tellers. With me, Gilberto Obregon. We'll be back for the second half. Thanks for joining us on CUSA TV. 3-0 North Texas at halftime. Second half here in Denton, Texas on CUSA TV. The Mean Green out in front 3-0 on the Southern Jaguars. Goals from Olivia Klein, Allie Bird, and Miriam Espinoza, the junior from Frisco. Nothing but celebrations so far through that first half. AJ Teller's here, Gilberto Obregon getting ready for the second half. The Southern Jaguars with a mountain to climb, 3-0 deficit, but North Texas has dominated in possession, in pressure, and all across the shot chart. The Jaguars still looking for shot number 1, 45 minutes in.
Yeah, an exciting first half for the Mean Green and a busy first half for the goalkeeper, Eric. And on the Jaguar side, on the Mean Green side, you have Allie Bird and Olivia Klein with their first goal of the what we would call the regular season. And then you have Miriam Espinosa with the first goal of her Mean Green career coming her sophomore year.
Saw Klein dancing around at the kickoff circle. It's been nothing but positive vibes for the Mean Green out of the gate to start 2021. Free kick awarded on the Jaguar side. And the long balls have been the story for North Texas. They have put together an offense that has just forced balls down the pitch. It's not taken too many touches to push the ball up the field. And this is exactly the area where they've been able to put the ball in the box. Tufts, a little too strong for Bird. Chased down on the other end. Out for a goal kick for the Jaguars. Boy, the standout in that first half in a game where 3 goals have been scored by one team, you wouldn't expect it, but the goalkeeper for Southern, Chioma Erica, has made 8 saves, and 3 or 4 of those have been phenomenal. A couple of times she's had to come off her line out of the box to make a stop, and again, she's conceded 3 goals, but she has been one of the best players on the field tonight. Chance here out of the gate for Klein. Low cross deflected. Down goes Klein. Flag stays down. We play on. It'll be a throw-in for North Texas.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Eric, and, we saw on the screen it was 8 saves, and could have easily been more than 3-0.
Cross for Bird. Erikin deals with it again. That is the reason why North Texas has been held at 3. 18 shots for North Texas, 11 of them coming on goal. Mentioned they led the nation a season ago in shots per game, 25 per game, 10 on goal per game. They're at 18 and 11, on pace to tie that mark total with 18. Klein is onside with Bird to her left. Switch onto the right foot. Finding Tufts inside. Tufts takes the shot into the back of the net. Taylor Tufts to the far post. What a goal from that angle. And she makes it 4-0 North Texas.
And that play started with Taylor Tufts, and it ended with Taylor Tufts. We see right here on the replay, she simply brought it to her left foot and shot a laser to the goal, put it in the back of the net. But like I said, it started with her. She brought control of the ball almost in midfield. She dribbled it up, gave a through ball to Klein. Klein gave it back to her, and Tufts put it in the back of the net, 4-0.
4 goal scorers for North Texas, as Taylor Tufts, her first goal of the campaign, had 3 a season ago.
4th goal by number 4 by the 4th goal scorer.
It just fits. And here's Allie Bird fitting into a tight area and wins a corner.
Fast start again here by North Texas. They started fast and quick in the first half, and they're doing it again. We're going to see Taylor Tufts line up for a corner, and she's going to be looking.
Klein scored the first, Bird scored the second, Espinoza the third, Taylor Tufts the fourth.
Yeah, and she's gonna be looking here for Lampy or Allie Bird, one of the
got a chance to assist number 5 on this corner. Far post. Narrow the header, and in another goal for North Texas. Off a corner to make it 5-0.
Yeah, what a goal. What a corner. What an assist from Taylor Tufts.
Tufts with that left foot. Found a teammate on the back end. It's Flannery.
Yeah, and Taylor Tufts simply puts it in the back. In the second pole, Flannery goes up there.
Or rather, was it Banks?
They go up. The Mean Green player goes up there and wins it.
Yeah, regardless, it's 5-0 North Texas on the assist from Taylor Tufts off the corner. Goal by Maddie Sterrett. fifth different goal scorer, as Sterrett has her first goal of the campaign.
The sophomore Sterrett, I'm not sure. I'll have to check if it's her first goal of her career for Sterrett.
Here's Bird. And the PA announcer here just announced that goal by Taylor Tufts. That's how quick they scored. The goal that just got scored wasn't announced yet until after the second one in succession was put in the back of the net. So Tufts' goal announced right before Sterrett's goal announced. And it's 5-0 North Texas, 5 different goal scorers. They've scored twice inside 5 minutes in half number 2. Here's Klein. They're looking for more. Here's Dufresne to Klein. Oh, she botched it. Olivia Klein right in front of the penalty spot. Might have been the easiest chance she's had in her life. And she's upset with herself. You see, she went down in frustration, just could not handle that ball perfectly placed from Bird.
Yeah, it could have easily been the second goal of the night for Klein. And the sixth
Klein,
one,
it should have been.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you know, as a forward, she's definitely disappointed in herself, but pretty sure it's not going to be the last chance she has this game. And UNT scored 2 goals here in 5 minutes.
So credit that last goal to Haley Roberson. The official score has come out. And a scare here and a chance for Fuller to kick off deep down the pitch for Bird. It's tipped away. That goal officially scored off the head of Haley Roberson.
The sophomore Haley Roberson.
Her first career goal for North Texas. Klein out to chase it. Clark will let it go for a goal kick. Well, you thought the first half started quick.
It only gets quicker. Special night for Roberson and Espinosa scoring their first goal of 2 sophomores scoring the first goal of their careers. As we see Okada stepping out here.
5 goals on 13 shots. Talk about efficiency. Seems like every shot North Texas has taken has either ended up in a goal or a highlight save from Chioma Erikin. Still have just under 40 minutes to play here tonight in Denton.
What a play.
Tufts in a prime area. Oh, she's still holding on to it. Tufts, the strike from distance, too far wide. Boy, Tufts playing with confidence. A goal and an assist tonight.
And I think we're getting used to Tufts making this type of plays in the midfield, especially right in front of the 18-yard box. You know, she can dribble the ball well. She makes those cool-looking, fancy plays that, you know, not a lot of soccer players can make. And, you know, I think it's a Mean Green. If you're a Mean Green soccer fan, you're definitely getting used to that, and you're definitely going to enjoy it here for the next couple of years.
Good test defending. Ashante Gatlin finding a teammate in Amina Booker, but it goes out. Every team needs a ball-handling midfielder with possession in mind, and Taylor Tufts has fit that description tonight. What can Southern do? Jaguars yet to record a shot. And another free kick awarded for North Texas. Contact came late.
Yeah, and you know, you ask what can Southern do?
With this possession game that North Texas has played, rather, it's a free kick for North Texas. With this possession and high pressure attack that North Texas has had, Southern just has not had many chances to push the ball up the field.
Yeah, and you know, I think they definitely went into the half.
Ball into the box. Chasing it. Bird couldn't get there.
Yeah, like I was saying, they definitely went into the half. You know, down 3-0, it's not impossible to come back, but then you start the second half and they score 2 back-to-back quick goals. So it's definitely hard if you're a Southern player. You know, it's.
Yeah, North Texas wasn't in control in the first half. They are now. Sterrett keeping it in bounds. Flag comes up. It's out. Goals from Klein, Bird, Espinoza, Tufts, and Haley Roberson. And that 10-1 win against Brookhaven in a preseason friendly, they scored 10 times with 8 different goal scorers, so the wealth is being spread around here in Denton. There's Bird looking for more. Hard contact. Bird stays with it, then loses it. Nice defending by Anaya Clark, but it comes right back. Finding Bird again. to her right. Clark challenging her and takes her down hard. And Anaya Clark has had a busy night defending. This time takes down Allie Bird with a foul.
Yeah, had Nia Clark not done that, it was, wide open lane for Allie Bird, and it was either going to turn into a real dangerous cross or a pretty nice shot from Bird. We're going to see another set piece here. We already saw it earlier. Taylor Toast put one in from the corner, and Roberson scored. So
virtually another corner for North Texas. They scored on the last one. This free kick about a foot, about 8 feet off the corner spot. Here's Tufts. She'll play it low. Chance for Starrett. One touch with the right foot. Second touch. Blasted it wide. Ambitious attempt. But that's been the game plan all night for North Texas.
Yeah, and this was one of those plays that you definitely work on in practice. You could tell Tufts knew where Starrett was going to be at, and Starrett was left wide open. She just kind of mistouched it. I think she was looking for the first pole and maybe had a better chance at shooting it in the second pole. But you could tell this set piece plays are those that you work on in practice.
With that set piece coming right near the flag, virtually being a corner, I like that play call.
Yeah,
after you've just scored off a corner.
Something different, yeah, definitely.
Now you have a defense that's probably banking on you dumping that one in high on a cross. Loose ball, Drenna Watts can't find it. It gets away from her regardless. Here's Bryn Hill. The foot finds Brooke Lampy down low. Oh, Drenna Watts with space to her right. Can she utilize it? A little bit of a push there, and down she goes. Bird with it. Play on. Bird, low shot. Picked up by Erikin. Was going wide.
Yeah, and this is why North Texas is up, and they're up by that much, because we saw Southern here grab the ball and, try to build something up, but here came Brooke Lampy came, cut that out, and now Allie Bird was building up to try to put the sixth goal in the back of the net.
The air horns are out here at the North Texas Athletic Complex. But Gilberto, to your point, it just seems like every time Southern's able to clear the ball on a North Texas attack, it goes right back to the mean green, and they push it right back in the attacking spot like they've done here. Klein just can't break through the wall. It's another throw for North Texas. Roberson, the last goal scorer here. Finds Dufresne. Oh, left it nicely for Tufts. Tufts, a hammered shot off a defender. Looked like Clark blocked it. It's still alive for North Texas. Clark trying to spoil it. Down low, dealt with again. Right back to the mean green. Klein. Finding Vera. Inside, back to Klein. Chipped up. Loose. Header from Drenna Watts. Goes to Clark, and she clears it. Long bomb in. Erikin out to deal with it. Nice catch. And can Southern push the pace and get it out of their own side? Clark lost it. Oh, nice save that time. Amaya Webb. Oh, what a night this has been for North Texas. Everything going right. Starrett able to block that one. Bird.
Yeah, Starrett simply beat the.
Looking for Klein on the back end. Klein will get there. Shot deflected off the hands of Erikin. Still free, but in Southern control. This attack for North Texas does not stop. Armstrong loses it. Klein still stole it. Here's Tufts. Give inside on the runner. Shot near post. It's loose. Flag came up.
Yeah, what a hustle play there by Olivia Klein. Get in the.
Strong hands from Erikin.
Yes, put in that one. And once again, Erikin coming up. Bailing her team out, even though they're still down 5-0.
North Texas has officially reached their season average in shots from a year ago that led the nation, 25 shots. They've surpassed their on-goal mark of 10 last season that also led the country. 25 shots, 14 on target. 9 saves from Chioma Erikin. Had 5 corners. They've been flagged for offsides 5 times, and they put the ball in the back of the net 5 times. Bird looking for 6, just got under it.
Yeah, I think she got a little bit too much under it and goes on top of the goal for that one. But once again, Mean Green, they have not stopped knocking on the door.
Yeah, Bird looking for her second. Klein's got one. Espinoza, Tufts, and Haley Roberson. Will someone have their second of the night? Or will the list keep on growing? 5 goals, 5 different scores. Here's Dufresne working with Anila Jackson. And the defense for North Texas, and that high press wins possession again.
Yeah.
Klein with a runner, it's dealt with.
And
thrown away from Courtney Armstrong.
We've been talking about that since the game started. AJ, you know, the high pressure turns into possession. And they're keeping the ball well. They're building up fast.
Klein, rather tough, I believe, on that shot. Erican able to deal with it easily.
Yeah, coming off a throw in there. Tufts got the ball, turned it around, and she saw herself have a shot opportunity, and she took it.
Bird fighting for it, leaves it off to Dufresne. Down the line, Drenowat chasing it, and she can't get there. She wanted the throw, didn't get it. Starrett playing physical, dumps it down for a throw, and it deflected off a Jaguar.
I don't think the ball has crossed to the UNT side. You know, I think, like we mentioned in the first half. Yeah, in the second half for sure. Like we mentioned in the first half.
I think once. Here's a long shot from Drenowat, and that's a easy catch for Erican. I think one time Sarah Fuller had to unload on a ball that got down low, but other than that, that's the only time the ball's even remotely been close to Sarah Fuller.
Yeah, I think
yeah. So much for talking about our Vanderbilt transfer that's playing tonight for the Mean Green.
She's playing, folks. You have not seen her on camera a lot, but trust me, she's here. She's playing.
Instead, we've had to talk about our standout goalkeeper for Southern. It's been a pleasure to watch Shioma Erican. 11 saves on the night for our standout keeper. Throw down low will be dealt with by Lampy, and there's Fuller on cue. Vanderbilt transfer. Grabbed the headlines last season with her work on the football team. And here's Klein, who lost it, and the Jaguars pick it up. Pinballs around to Bird. So you got teammates in front with space. Here's Tufts. Knocked away, another Mean Green throw. This one will go to the way of the Jaguars, excuse me. But Sarah Fuller on the other end for North Texas. Haven't seen her tonight too many times. Yet to record a save. No shots at all for Southern. North Texas has been standout defensively tonight.
Yeah, and I think Coach John Hedlund's going to do the same thing he did the first half with only 15 minutes of playing time so far. He's going to make that, 5-6 player substitution to bring in fresh legs, to keep that high pressure that we've been talking about all night.
Even after that personnel grouping that came out in the first half, the pressure stayed up. Didn't matter who was in. Emily Fay saw her put a lot of pressure in that midfield. She was a force. Had a couple of shots.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. This high pressure that UNT's putting up against Southern, it's pretty demanding. You have to be in pretty good shape to be able to, because you're playing with a back line of 3, and then you have your wing players that are running up and down. In this case, running more up than down because, like we stated multiple times, Southern is simply not attacking a lot. And that definitely takes a toll on the body.
Tangle up here, and a whistle comes in from the main referee, and it's a free kick for North Texas in a dangerous spot. Victoria Altieri new into the ball game. You saw Olivia Klein check out along with Maddie Starrett. Jenna Sheely's in the game. And Altieri will jog off and allow Madison Drenowat, the transfer from Texas Tech, to take this free kick right outside the penalty area.
Let's see if maybe she crosses it in or they have another play in store.
Ball off from the South Lake product. Down low, it's in! Madison Drenowat's off the free kick, a goal for North Texas. It's 6-0 Mean Green.
What a laser. What a shot by her. We mentioned it right before she took the free kick. Are they going to make another play? Is she going to put it in? What do I know? She puts it in the back of the net.
Just took it straight away, and it buried itself in the back of the net. Madison Drenowatz, her first goal as a member of the Mean Green. Around the wall on that near post. Never gave Chelma Erickson a chance. 6-0 North Texas, 6 goals, 6 different scorers.
Is it too early to light the tower?
Yeah, that's what they do here in North Texas and Denton. Remember, the Mean Green are victorious around their major sports. All in to Miriam Espinoza. One-on-one with a defender going to that near post, headed away. Espinoza playing with it, gets a cross off. Middle of the box, Okada. It's Drenowatz again, looking for goal number 2, fighting for it. Poked away, dump in from Lampy. Over the bar, over the net.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, you know, when you put in your substitute players, as a coach, you don't want to see no difference. You want to be able to see your team play the same way or even better, and that's what UNT is doing right now. They made, a 5-player substitution and 3 minutes ago, and they already got 1 goal.
And like I mentioned, it doesn't matter who's in, who's out, the pressure stays up. And here's Okada with momentum. The shot from afar, Erickson, rebound, Drenowatz stuff. Second rebound goes off the crossbar, but a flag came up, and it wouldn't have counted regardless, but a large moan from the crowd here in Denton as Devin Flannery nearly, after Drenowatz was denied by a beautiful save by Erickson again, point blank.
Yeah, Erickson on the ground, and she saved it twice on that one.
Not sure if Drenowatz or Flannery was the gal offside. Here's Drenowatz again. It's wide.
And I think UNT's just, I mean,
it's been their night.
Yeah.
In this season opener in Denton.
You know, it's 6-0. You're up at home. A little bit over 20 minutes left. I don't think Coach John Handlin, it's mad at his players who are taking those type of shots.
No, when you're playing with this kind of confidence, this kind of pressure. They've won 15 consecutive season opening matches and are 24 minutes with a commanding lead from adding number 16 to that streak. Lampy again up high on the pitch. Rather, Taylor Hunter. Dump in for Drenowatz. Wins it off the bounce from Armstrong. Well, Armstrong went for the tackle, got ball. We play on. Altieri, wayward. Clark with the clearance. Good interception from Hadley Williams to knock it away. Raven Bradley new into the game. A couple of these Southern players are out of Texas. Jalen Davies from Killeen, Texas. Raven Bradley from Garland. Amaya Webb out of Arlington. Amina Booker from Dallas, DeSoto High School.
School of Champions is what they say.
You don't say. Sensing a little bias. There's Sarah Fuller. Freshman Marina Vera out of Denton. Talk about local products. She's from right up the road at Denton Geyer. One of the top high schools in the area. Good throw in from Flannery. Targeting Flannery, but it's dealt with. Fighting forward is Ellie. Crystal out of Ontario. Okada. Chip from Drenowatz in the box. Chased down by Armstrong. Dumps it out for a throw.
I think, you know, whatever the final score it is on this game is definitely a huge confidence booster for Mean Green.
Cross blocked. Armstrong trying to keep it in. She'll dump it out for a corner. And the UNT chance start from this home grandstand on this home opener for North Texas. They've put on quite a show, 6-0.
And
6 different goal scorers.
I'd say, I think it is maybe about a 85% packed, you know, here. Definitely a lot of Mean Green fans and, of course, some Southern fans as well. But as I was saying, it's definitely a a huge confidence booster for UNT going on the road to Houston and then to those important games in Hawaii.
Here's the Oklahoma transfer, Sheely. On the cross, the header from Okada, too strong and wide. Good ball off the foot of Jenna Sheely out of Austin. But North Texas cannot convert on this corner.
Yeah, I think she put that in the penalty spot, and Okada was there. I just think she didn't get enough under it as they're going to go to the hydration break here with 21 minutes to go.
And if anybody deserves it, it's been Chioma Erikin tonight. 13 saves of North Texas, 33 shots tonight. And hydration break here in the second half. We'll give the players a rest. We'll see what kind of personnel groups both coaches come out with if we see some subs on both sides for Fontenot's group as well as Headlands. But you mentioned that road trip for North Texas coming up. They have their home opener tonight, and then they will head not only west, they will get on a plane and go across the Pacific to Hawaii. Rather, after that, before that, they'll head down south in 2 days to do battle with Houston Baptist, and then they'll make the flight out west to Hawaii. They'll go against the...
For 2 games, right?
You're right. They'll have the road trip against Hawaii, and then they'll have a neutral site game against Idaho State, but that's also in Hawaii. That coming in Honolulu. Then they'll head home for a big matchup, the marquee matchup against Baylor, and a couple of non-conference games. Baylor, they'll travel to Oklahoma, and then SFA right here in Denton. For the Jaguars, they're heading home after this, going up against rival Louisiana State University Alexandria. And they'll welcome in University of North Dakota, and then they'll travel to Lake Charles against McNeese State, and then have a home battle against Centenary College at home in Baton Rouge. So the Jaguars will not do nearly as much traveling over the next weeks as North Texas will.
The Jaguars had lost in the semifinal in the Southwestern Athletic Conference soccer tournament last year.
Barker's long ball played in and a whistle comes in. Yeah, the crowd below us here, and as Gilberto, you mentioned, nearly a full capacity crowd. That's something new that we're looking forward to this year. Hopefully we're on the right side of things and the crowds keep on coming. But last season, as crazy as 2020/2021 was for an athletic season in the spring, with the soccer year being moved to the spring, it really depended on what conference you were in, on how many games each team played. And you had cancellations because of COVID. You had cancellations due to all sorts of protocols.
Yeah, different conferences.
Oh, this is a
rules.
Lucky break for Espinoza, and it's taken right back. Good job by Clark helping out, picking up a teammate. Feeds it right back to Hale. But last season, the two numbers are staggering. North Texas was able to get in 11 matches in the 20/21 campaign, whereas Southern only had 8 games on the docket that did not get canceled. And so many cancellations, they only played 4 conference games, but found themselves in the conference tournament in the Southwest Athletic Conference. Knocked off number 3, Prairie View. Here's Flannery down low. Cross to the penalty spot. Shot in close from Taylor Tufts. Rather, I believe that was Drenowatz, and it was an easy save regardless for Erikin. But Southern, despite the low record, 3-5, only 2-2 in conference. Despite only playing 4 games, they knocked off number 3 Prairie View A&M in a conference tournament, and then were defeated by number 2 Grambling State in the semifinal. Now the second round. For North Texas, they were fortunate not to have too many cancellations. They had a lot early against SMU, Midwestern State, and Grambling State, but then were able to get all the way till March before their last cancellation. That came against Texas Tech. They had a pair of Big 12 opponents. Played Oklahoma State, Oklahoma. Momentum here for Hunter. Teammate to her left, teammate to her right, and it knocks off out of touch for a goal kick. But after 3 cancellations in early February, it would go all the way till March 28th before another lost game for North Texas. And they would finish the season having played 11 games, which was a moral victory in its own right.
An unusual ending in the John Hedlund era for UNT for sure.
Yeah, they got knocked off. First off, they didn't win the regular season title for Conference USA play. That went to Rice, who ended up winning the tournament and earning a trip to the NCAA tournament. It marked the first time in 3 consecutive years. There's a ball in the cross in the penalty area. Drenna Watts dumped out. Okada, the shot. Ooh, just spun too high. I couldn't keep it down.
Yeah, what a shot by Okada. Like we mentioned in the first half, she's used to doing this. She doesn't, it doesn't take a lot for her. She takes 1 touch, 2 touches maybe, and as soon as you give her that little space, she's going to take the shot. And as we see here on the replay, pretty good shot that I thought it went down and I thought it ended up in the back of the net, but unfortunately you didn't.
It was looking for that top right corner. Navarro College product out of Japan.
All-American.
Now, she has been quite the addition to this midfield group that has already been a strength, and it's been on display tonight. But back to that season last year, the Mean Green were the number 2 team in their Western Division. Rice, the number 1 team, won the regular season title, won the conference tournament. And it marked the first time in 6 seasons that North Texas did not come away with a trophy, either the regular season title or the tournament title. So this is as hungry as this bunch has been in a long time under John Hedlund. Okada inside, toss. It got deflected on its way to the net, and it's another Mean Green corner.
And we're seeing it again, the 1-2 touches, the give and go, the simple passes that eventually get UNT into the 18-yard box, into Southern's 18-yard box, and creating chances after chances. UNT up 6-0 here with a little bit over 15 minutes to go in the second half.
7th corner coming up for North Texas, second from Jenna Sheely. High and arcing towards that back post. Deflected in front, it's knocked away, kept in bounds. Espinoza will chase it. Looking for goal number 7 and another corner.
Another corner on the other side, and
Corner, North Texas.
UNT keeping that pressure. They haven't slowed down, even though they're up 6-0 here. I think you got to be happy if you're Coach John Hedlund. By the way, your team is showing that respect to the rival, by keeping that poise and they still playing hard.
Left foot of Altieri, the corner. Again, back post. Loose behind on the far side, chased up by Lampy. Regrouping his Tufts. Long headed away. Back to Altieri. Oh, stolen here. Nice defending. Amina Booker. But Southern can't hold on to it for long. Yeah, if anything, Gilberto, what the Mean Green have shown tonight is an ability to execute a game plan from opening kickoff all the way to deep into the second half. The pressure's not let up. Yeah. And it's very easy for a side to go up 4, 5, 6 and have that gas pedal come off. But as you mentioned, they have done everything John Hedlund has asked them to do tonight. They have kept that foot on the gas pedal and have not allowed Southern not only to control any sort of possession in front. Oh, this ball's loose. It's an open net. Okada. Oh, what a recovery by Erickson. It's loose again. Deflection in front. Who wants it? Drenna Watts. Near post, tucks it in. Goal, North Texas. It's 7-0.
And again, it comes from hustling. Like you were mentioning, they haven't got their foot off the gas pedal, and it comes from simple hustle. They missed a couple of shots, but they ended up putting it in the back of the net. Espinosa with that cross. She misses, but, at the end of the day.
Started with Vera. Tufts got a touch to it. And then Drenna Watts. 38 shots. They got about 4 of them on that possession, on that sequence.
And I think Erickson's going to take a breather on this one. I think she's coming out. They're going to have a goalie substitution here.
All right, goalkeeper for Southern. Chioma Erickson will leave to an applause. She deserved every bit of accolades she's gotten. I know that scoreboard reads 7, but boy, it easily could be 13, 14, if not for some standout performances by Chioma Erickson. I think she at least made 2 saves before that goal eventually went in for number 7. And they credited number 7 with Madison Drenna Watts. That breaks our trend. Rather, no, that's another brand new goal scorer for North Texas.
7 goals, 7 different scores.
Losing count here. Klein, Bird, Espinoza, Tufts, and then Haley Roberson. Madison Drenowitz.
Starrett, yeah.
And then Maddie Starrett. There's Sarah Fuller.
I mean, yeah, who knows? But UNT's up 7-0.
Boy, that ball from Fuller went right into the penalty area. Is there an 8th goal among us tonight? Here's Taylor Hunter. Drops it off to Dufresne. Rather, Okada, excuse me. Here comes the Jaguars. Trying to just push this ball on the other side of the pitch. Here's Marina Vera. Dealt with. Hammered away.
So UNT has played 6 halves of soccer so far, and they've scored 18 goals and only allowed
Okada
2 in.
Knocked away. And a correction, I was right on my first intuition. That goal for Madison Drenowitz, her second of the night. So goals from Klein, Allie Bird, Miriam Espinoza, Taylor Tufts, Haley Roberson, and then a pair for Madison Drenowitz. A brace for the South Lake product out of Texas Tech. See Victoria Altieri, 34 minutes played tonight. Oh, hammered shot from distance. It's dealt with by the newly entered keeper for Southern. That is Sydney Bellamy. Free kick one for the Jaguars. Boy, Bellamy's going to have a tough act to follow after Chioma Erickson exits.
Yes, we see the replay here.
Ooh, tough contact.
Physical play there by the freshman, the local freshman, like you said, from Dan Geyer.
Yeah, gas pedal's not down, up 7-0. That's a tough foul on Vera. You like to see physical play.
Yeah, of course.
You anticipate that the gas pedal may come off just a bit now, up 7 with 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think both teams, you see with the goalkeeper substitute change, I think both teams know that this game's pretty much over and they want to move on to the next one. UNT looking forward to Houston Baptist, and Southern looking forward to LSU Alexandra.
Flannery's looking for a teammate. Altieri takes it down low. Good cross. It's loose in front. Espinoza didn't get enough on it. Bellamy deals with it.
And don't get me wrong, this is a chance, like we mentioned earlier, this is a chance for those substitute players, those second-year players that maybe didn't see the field a lot last year, to show Coach John Hedlund that they want to play, that they're able to play, that they're able to make those simple passes, simple plays in the D1 level. It doesn't matter who you're playing. At the end of the day, you have to respect your rival, and it's going to be hard every night.
Well, if they play like this, they're going to have a chance against anybody. And we talked about the season did not end the way it had the last 6 seasons with a trophy, either a regular season title or a tournament title for North Texas. That was the first time in 6 years that was the case. Altieri off the crossbar. No area on the pitch is safe from a North Texas shot, this time from Victoria Altieri.
And like we mentioned earlier, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but these shots are smart shots that these UNT players are taking. It's not like they're just taking the shots.
And they've been close.
Yeah, just because you're up 7-0, for them, they're still taking those smart shots. They're being left wide open with space. And as we see right here, it hit the crossbar. That almost went in.
And these shots have served a purpose. Boy, North Texas is going to walk away from this game leading the country in shots. And Southern's going to leave the nation in saves. Boy, Chioma Erickson is going to be at the top of the leaderboard. There's Altieri. But North Texas fell to Charlotte in the first round of the Conference USA tournament last season. The tournament ended up being won by Rice, who won a game in the NCAA tournament before being knocked out a round later. Those are, again, the two teams that look to be the top dogs in the Conference USA. Rice being nationally ranked number 22, and North Texas receiving votes. So those are the two clear favorites in the Conference USA. What else is on the docket for North Texas? Another throw.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned that, looking at the schedule, I think it's a very exciting matchup because they face each other the last game of the season. So that game could definitely end up, deciding who's the top seed, who's the top, going into the Conference USA tournament. There's going to
Scary
be a lot
moment.
of
There's a ball off the foot of a North Texas player caught up high, a Jaguar, and she's momentarily being intended to. She's on her feet. That's Azariah Jackson out of Zachary, Louisiana. Sophomore walks off, and looks like she'll be substituted for the remaining 9 minutes.
It's going to be a game that both of us should be here for. Like we said, it's going to be, might end up deciding who's the top seed in this Conference USA tournament.
Long ball in. Bellamy will come out, doing her best Chioma Erican impression. Oh, this one, a turnover. Here's Sheely in front, lost it. Oh, Lampy, I think she thought it, Hunter, rather. Looked like she thought about taking a shot from there.
Yeah, I thought she took the shot.
Yeah, at least in the preseason polls, two best teams in the conference look to do battle at the end of the regular season. This one skied high from Hunter, and it's out for a goal kick. Well, Jaguars have had some standout performances defensively, at least in times of need. Anaya Clark, Courtney Armstrong, they've done their due diligence. But again, it's just so tough to defend all night long for 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's like I was talking about it earlier. The type of soccer that UNT plays, it demands so much on them, but also on the rival, because you're constantly under pressure. They're right there, right when you either before you receive the ball or right when you receive the ball. So you have to, as a soccer player, you have to be able to think fast. You have to be able to move fast. And on top of that, you can think about it, but executing is another thing.
Faye, the give and go. Nifty footwork. Wins a chance inside. The ball goes across the box. No one could finish it. What a playing ball by Faye, as this one goes over the net. Well, she was able to move through traffic and play a perfect cross down low.
Yeah, what a play by the sophomore who
didn't test.
Yeah, received scholarships, offers from SEC and Ivy League schools, as well as UNT. Of course, ended up choosing UNT. She speaks French and English as well.
Goal number 8 on the docket, perhaps, for North Texas. Arnes Dadier cleared it away. Here's Vera. Oh, deflected. Dealt with nicely on the back end. And every time North Texas loses possession, they gain it right back. Vera with spin to the box. Can't find Sheely, dealt away by Jackson. Good defending, but it does award North Texas another corner. It'll be number 9. Rather, it's going to come back for a goal kick.
So we're going to see 3 players step off for the southern side. I think if you're both coaches, you're looking at just end the night on a healthy note. You don't want none of your starters for sure to suffer any injuries.
They're still early in the season.
Yep.
Jaguars coming in off a win against Nicholls State in the preseason. They'll go home to do battle with Louisiana State, Alexandria, and then the University of North Dakota with a pair of games on the 22nd and 28th in Baton Rouge. And then North Texas, as we mentioned, will head south to face Houston Baptist and then travel all the way to Hawaii to do a away bout with Hawaii and then a neutral site contest with Idaho State. Those are 2 teams that North Texas has never played before. In fact, Southern and University of North Texas have never met on the soccer field.
Till today.
For North Texas, it's one of 4 opponents on the schedule they will be facing for the first time. One might surprise you is Stephen F. Austin. It includes Southern, Hawaii, Idaho State, and then the latter.
And I'll tell you what, I'm
2
looking
teams that have never played each other before.
I'm looking forward to that Stephen F. Austin game simply because, if I'm not mistaken, one of the Ramirez sisters that used to play here last year is now playing for SFA. So
that game will come the 10th of September in Denton.
It's always fun when you play your former team and former teammates, you know.
Always extra edge. Clock ticking down to 4 more minutes. Do we have one last counterattack for North Texas? A tackle from behind. We play on. Here's Flannery, and a foul going the other way. Crowd here not happy. Looked to be a clean tackle from Amaya Webb. It's always the dangerous tackle when it's behind.
Yeah.
Not only for the sake of getting carded, but that's where you really put a player in jeopardy. But it was a clean tackle by Webb that the crowd wanted a foul, and then Devin Flannery committed a foul on the other end. Authority that time off the line from Hunter.
I think we're going to see there's a mean green player slow to get up in the middle of the field. I want to say it's the freshman Vera.
Right at the center circle on the left-hand side, on the mean green side. Here come the trainer for North Texas.
Let's hope it's nothing serious here.
Clock will tick 3 minutes and down. 7-0 North Texas. Goals from Olivia Klein, Allie Bird, Miriam Espinoza, Taylor Tufts, and a pair from Madison Drenowatz, as well as one from Haley Roberson. And they're tending to a mean green player. Well, the story of this game, Gilberto, from the opening kickoff was the pressure that John Hedlund's group put on the Jaguars from the start. Not only pressure, but keeping that high line, but also just managing possession through that pressure.
Yeah, you know, it's a pressure that, of course, you look at the scoreboard and it was effective. And then we're going to see Vera here limping her way off the field. Let's hope it's nothing too serious for the freshman out of Denton, Geyer.
Freshman making her mean green debut. Connor Barker, Louisiana Tech transfer on. Trio of substitutions made from Southern on Jeremy Fontenot's side. Amaya Webb, Victoria Thomas, and Alayla Jackson newly entered the ball game. Along with Jada Williams at Alala Place, Louisiana. Again, North Texas starting 3 minutes away from their 16th consecutive win to start a season. It's a streak that John Hedlund has, along with many others. Had a couple of streaks snapped a season ago. Mentioned the home winning streak in 18 matches, as well as the home unbeaten streak by Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and a freshman stepping in for the freshman Vera, Jory Foodie, stepping in to replace her fellow classmate
out of Pflugerville. So it was a night set on this opening game here in Denton. 7-0, North Texas on top. Gilberto, what do you see in the future for Southern as they head home to face Louisiana State, Alexandria, and then North Dakota State? Where do they rebound from here?
Yeah, like you said, they go home. I think you go back. You're gonna for sure look at the film, and you're gonna, you came to Denton knowing that you were gonna face a tough opponent here in UNT. So you just go home, you flip the page, and you get ready for those conference games. That at the end of the day, we know those matter the most to both coaching staffs. And if you're UNT, like we mentioned earlier, you take on this road trip from Houston to Hawaii. You end this home gameplay on a positive note, and you go on the road with positive outcomes. So definitely helps a lot.
Already up 7, long shot dealt with by Bellamy. As we approach the final minute here at the North Texas Athletic Complex. Here's Connor Barker. On a run here to her right, looking for a cross. Plays it low, deflected at the near post.
1 minute remaining.
Final minute here.
1 minute.
Boy, North Texas not acting like there's a minute to go in a 7-0 game. Loose on the save. Drenowatz skied it rather. I want to say that was Flannery. Boy, had a chance in front off the rebound and just towed it up. Could not keep it down. So as the clock winds down by North Texas, they have taken to heart. Keep the gas pedal down. Here's Faye. With 25 seconds left, is going to watch this one sail out for a goal kick. And this should do it on the final touch from Bellamy.
Yeah, good outcome for the Mean Greens, beating Southern 7-0 here at home.
7,
Goals from Klein, Bird,
4,
Tufts, a pair from Drenowatz, a goal from Espinoza, and Haley Roberson. It'll be the 16th consecutive win to start a season. It'll be the 17th win on this ground since it opened for North Texas, and they will start with a statement 7-0 victory to go 1-0 in 2021. John Headland's 366 career win, and the Mean Greens start this one off with a bang. The Jaguars fall to 0-1. And from CUSA TV, AJ Tillers with me, Gilberto Obregon. 7-0, North Texas wins on opening night in Denton. Thanks for joining us on the opening night. Until next time, from CUSA TV.